Everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. My name is Kyrielle and today I'm kind of going to be roasting some products. We're going to be discussing new releases that I really just question and that I'm just not going to purchase. They don't draw me in. But yeah, before we get to chit-chatting, if you're new to my channel, welcome. I hope you decide to stick around. If you want to, all you need to do is hit the red button down below and the bell button, and that'll just notify you when I upload next. And if you like these kind of videos, please leave a thumbs up so I know. With all that said, without further ado, let's get into these products. Alright, I'm gonna kind of scooch over here so I can put the images by here for you guys. I'm gonna start from like the newly just dropped items and then we'll go backwards. Oh, before we get into the things that I don't want, I just want to talk about this real quick. Oh my god. Any other 90s kids excited about the Colourpop x Lizzie McGuire collaboration? I cannot wait. I'm definitely getting this one. If I can't, I'm gonna kick and scream and I'm gonna have to fight somebody. I really know how to draw a girl in. Like, you know, I'm really excited for this one. I even bought some butterfly clips for an image with this one. Yeah, I'm very excited. Can you tell? Okay. Serious face. So NYX have just released a Back to the 80s collection, and honestly I feel like it's back to like the beginning of the 2000s when people started YouTube. And do you remember they had like that big palette that had so many different colors to choose from and they were like tiny pans like this? That is what this reminds me of. It doesn't remind me of the 80s. It's too much color. Like there's so many eyeshadows in this palette. How many eyeshadows are in here? 80 shades? NYX, who asked for this? That's what I want to know. Who asked for an 80 shade eyeshadow palette? Nobody needs that. Half of these shades look very similar, if not the same. At least add a little bit more variety. There's like 6 white shades in this palette. I'm so confused. When you think of the 80s as well, you think of the oranges, the blues. There's not even like an electric blue in here. It's more of a purpley color. Also, it's called the Tetris palette and doesn't remind me of Tetris at all. So I feel like NYX hasn't really released any collections recently that have been impactful. They've brought up some like good products here and there. To me, this feels like a confused brand. I'm concerned, NYX. I'm concerned. Who's doing this to you? Who has you hostage? Because it used to be so good and now I feel like they're going downhill. Also, may I add that that palette is $45. I don't know how much that is in the UK, but that's expensive for a drugstore or affordable brand. Like that's so expensive. I mean, it's 80 shades. Nobody asked for it, so. I will say though, they do have like a little eyeliner pack that looks intriguing. If this is similar to the like off tropic eyeliners, then these could be good. The colors are nice, but the big shadow palette is just ridiculous. Okay. Huda Beauty has just released some more of a little obsession eyeshadows, like the 9 pan, and they're all brown. Well, I guess one is more mustard, but they just look exactly the same as the other ones she's released. I'm just confused. The thing is with Huda's eyeshadow palettes, I feel like they all pull very pink. I guess the toffee brown one does look slightly different, but the other ones like the chocolate and caramel look exactly the same as like her nude eyeshadow palettes that she's brought up previously. Maybe just a little bit deeper, but I'm not interested. Although the more I look at the toffee one, I think I kind of want it. But it reminds me of the Naked Honey, so I don't need it. Okay. Next. KKW, why are they so boring? I mean, I've never really been intrigued by this stuff anyway, I'm not gonna lie. I never look at their stuff, I don't follow them. But whenever I see them on Trendmood, I'm like, haven't they already released that? They never release anything interesting. It's all nude makeup, which, you know, is great. I love nudes, but there's so many companies that do nude products that are more affordable. For one, you're literally just paying for the name and I don't like that, so not interested. This one irked me. Like it really got underneath my skin, and it is the Dragon Beauty mascara. The wand looks so basic. Like it's a little tiny little twist wand that almost looks like it's made for like bottom lashes. It looks completely tiny. But then also the campaign image, the first one that she released, is with her wearing lashes. Like that It annoys me so much. I don't know about in the US, but over here that is now actually illegal. You can't do that. So I don't know what's going on with this, but she's got some of the biggest falsies on I've ever seen, and she's posing with mascara, and to me it is just false advertising for one. But I think what kind of like got under my skin a little bit more is people were calling her out in the comments of Trenmu's post and also her post on her Instagram page for her brand, and she was saying that the mascara is designed for blending your natural lash with false lashes, which I've seen one of those before. That was actually made by Kyrielle and it was just a crappy mascara. Didn't assist in any way, and I don't understand why people would claim that, because you don't need a specific mascara to do that. Any mascara can. She did say she was going to be posting images without false lashes on as well, and said that it's more realistic for her because she wears lashes every single day, but she's appeasing to a customer base who wants honesty and transparency in what the actual product can do. Coming in through the gate with false lashes on just puts a negative connotation, like a pretense already with the product, and it's just, I don't know, it just feels slimy to me. I don't know, this is nothing against her as a person, I don't know her obviously, but this just really annoyed me. Like, why couldn't you just post the first image with no lashes on and then posted it afterwards, you know, to say why? Like there was no explanation or anything like that. She didn't explain herself, she just posted it, left it there, and obviously everybody's kind of calling her out for it, which I think is rightly so, because she's advertising a mascara but not actually showing the results of the mascara. So yeah, that one did really annoy me. Artist Couture have released 2 trios with blush and bronzer. These are so dull. And also only in 2 shade tones, which is for light and medium. There's no deep people who'd be able to use this really. And they even show pictures with it on a deeper skin tone, and I'm just like, I don't think a person with deeper skin is gonna go and reach for these. I just don't think it's a good representation of what blush can look like on a deeper skin tone. The first one is like very light, very dusty, and looks completely different on the deeper skin tones to the light and medium. Like there's like the undertones that even different. I don't understand these images. They look like they put a completely different product on the deeper skin tone, and it's because it's not made for them. You haven't catered for them, you know? I don't know, that's just my view on it. Obviously I'm not of a darker skin tone, so I can't really speak for them, and I don't want to, but this is just my observation. It's how I feel about it. It just rubbed me the wrong way. Again, people are just, you need to be inclusive in 2021 and going forward. Forever. It should have been inclusive from the get-go, but now we're holding people very much accountable, and you need to do it. If you want to survive, you need to. Too Faced. They are one of the most confusing brands out there. It's like either like really sexual or very cutesy, and it rubs me the wrong way because it's a guy who runs it, and I feel like he thinks that's what women want, like either to be very sexual or very cutesy. It's just weird. But anyway, they brought out this teddy bear collection with like a highlighter palette and lip gloss thing. It's so boring, and to be fair, a lot of their releases kind of are, but this is just another neutral palette. They didn't long release one, I don't think. They have like a whole vault of nude eyeshadows. They didn't need to add this one, but they did. Jaclyn Hill has released some liquid lipsticks and lip liners. You know, part of me would like to give her a chance, but I'm not really fussed on the colour selection, if I'm honest. I mean, they're just nudes, you know. Guess I can't really complain. I feel like we're also kind of like leaving the liquid lipstick kind of situation. It's more like a satin kind of lip we're going for, even more glossy. And these are a matte finish. I don't know, is it just me who's kind of leaving the liquid lipsticks behind? I just feel like that was so 2017, you know what I mean? But yeah, these have not drawn me in. Also, they're a little pricey, so not gonna be purchasing this, and just not interested at all. Okay, I'm not from America, so I can't go into Ulta anyway, but I was annoyed by this collection. They did a WandaVision collection, and I personally really love WandaVision. I've only recently been introduced to the MCU universe, if I'm honest, but I have watched all the films, and I loved WandaVision. And this collection is so boring. Like, considering how many colours are in one division. I try not to give spoilers, but there's reds in there. There's no red eyeshadows. There's not even a red lipstick. Like, this is a very disappointing collection to represent one division. They have like a pinky peach blush thing. I don't know, this is just so boring. And not a very good representation of one division. They go through different decades, like they do 50s, 60s, 70s, and this doesn't really represent any of them, or even one division. So I'm very confused with this, very underwhelmed. Even if I could get it, I would not. I feel like I'm being very bitchy today, I apologize, but this is just, I look at these things and I'm just like, why? I'll just touch on this briefly. I can't actually find anything on Trendmood for it, but Jeffree Star's released a new mascara, and it's called the Fuckproof Mascara. And it has a whip on the end. You know, he's doing the most. I'll give him that. He is doing the most. I'm not interested anyway. Again, I don't support Jeffree Star anymore, but I just want to talk about how kind of ridiculous this is. Apparently it's removable, which is great, but just not needed at all. Now, I know I'm doing my gemstones series on my channel. If you did not know this, I'm doing a makeup look every single month for the gemstone of the month. If you're interested, I'll link the playlist over here. But BH Cosmetics have been releasing a eyeshadow palette every single month for the gemstones also. I was considering buying them for my looks, but they have just been kind of boring. So this month is Aquamarine, and it's blue. I get it. They don't feel very vibrant for me. I'm not really drawn to them. I feel like I could maybe make a decent look with this, but yeah, every single palette that I've seen, they've got like this big pan of one shade, and I think it's all shimmer, and I just don't think I'm gonna use up that blue shimmer, you know? Colors do look pretty, but I'm definitely not buying that. Okay, next, Urban Decay have redone their single eyeshadows, got rid of a load and kind of like reformulated, I think. They've also put it in new packaging, which may be recyclable. Not 100% sure, but they've re-brought them back out basically. Are we still doing single eyeshadows? Let me know. Do you actually like buying singles, or do you prefer buying palettes? Personally, I prefer to buy palettes. I just find storing single eyeshadows is a little bit annoying. I guess it's nice if you have like a special shade that you just want to use along with like a matte neutral palette or something, but I just don't know if people are drawn towards buying them anymore. Please let me know what you think. The only reason I think that is because I feel like you can get special shades inside a palette alongside other mattes, so you can have it all together and use it as one instead of just reaching for one eyeshadow. Just to me, it makes more sense to have a palette with nice shimmers in it as well, and there's plenty out there, you know? Okay, Urban Decay has released a brand new Naked palette, and it's the Wild West palette. This is just, I mean, to me it looks like the Naked Honey in the beginning mixed in with a little bit of the Smoky palette and then just a few pops of green. Urban Decay. If this is the same quality as the Naked Honey palette, then, you know, it's probably gonna be decent, but just the color story, it's just so boring for me. Like, when I think of Wild West, I do think of like sandy tones. I don't really think of green. And if I was to think of a green, I think of like a cactus green, you know, like a bright green or something. This just, I don't know if this was representing anything else Wild West, maybe a program, I have no idea. All I'm saying is that this is pretty boring for me, and it's just one of those palettes again that they've shoved a pop of colour in with a lot of neutrals. Just a boring palette, I guess. I know we talked about the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Freeze in my makeup products that I want to buy but I haven't bought. I'll link that up here if you're interested. But I want to talk about the rest of the collection because, I mean, the glosses are whatever. I don't really have an opinion on it. The highlighter that they released with this collection, however, it's pure white with like a gold reflect. I feel like this is a step backwards in time where if you are paler you could only get this kind of highlight, except to have like a purple reflect. I'm just wondering who it's for. If it's like maybe a sheer wash, then I guess it would be okay, but I feel like this would leave a cast on so many people. I don't know, when I saw it I was like, wow, a white highlighter that's gonna show up a cast on everyone. I don't know, I just wasn't impressed. Did anybody else feel this way? I was just like, who's gonna buy that? Who's actually buying a white highlight unless you're like super duper fair and nothing else works for you? I just feel like this is a weird color to bring out, especially because they've discontinued the Amrezy highlight, which worked for so many people. It was actually too dark for me, but I just feel like this is a weird shade to bring out. Does that make sense? Oh, Revolution. Why are you making a new sister brand again? Why are you making a new branch to your tree? Like, at this point, you've got a forest, you know what I mean? You've got Revolution Pro, Heart Revolution, XX Revolution, and now they're making a brand called Relove. I don't know what is going to be released with it. They've just literally put like a link to it so everyone can go follow it. Nobody knows. It just says every single thing for everybody, makeup and skincare. I'm like, what? That's what you already do. You don't need another sister brand. Oh my god. I like a lot of Makeup Revolution stuff, don't get me wrong, but this is just ridiculous at this point. You don't need another sister brand to bring out more products with more packaging, more rebranding. It's just ridiculous at this point. I am interested to see what they're gonna release and if it's gonna be affordable, but I just feel like they didn't need to make another goddamn brand. We are already oversaturated enough without another Makeup Revolution brand. Am I right? Do you agree? Please let me know. And finally, last but not least, this one got under my skin so much, and as soon as I saw the image, I kind of almost verbally screamed. This is a little bit of an older one, but I still want to talk about it because it still annoys me every single time I look at this image. And it is the MAC X Sims collection. When I tell you my rage is very deeply rooted for this, I cannot even describe. Okay, so my childhood was obviously on Sims. If you're a 90s baby, you're probably the same. I mean, I was obsessed with that game. I'd go home every single night, play Sims, make loads of babies, you know, kill off some Sims if I was annoyed. And the Sims world is one of the most colorful places that you can play in. I mean, there's so many different things. There's the bright green, the colorful clothing, like it's colorful. There is just, there's no bland place in The Sims. But apparently MAC just wanted to make it bland. I cannot describe my rage for this. Like, there's not even a green. And what's even worse is this is an old palette that they just had in their collection, and they literally just put a sleeve of The Sims over top of it. This is why MAC is not talked about anymore. I'm sorry, you've offended me and you do not deserve to be talked about, but I need to discuss my rage for this. When I first saw this, I did actually check the date because I was like, is this an April Fool's joke? I can't tell you how annoyed I am at this collab. They had so much potential. And what's even weirder is The Sims and MAC did a collaboration where you could actually use MAC makeup in the game, and even the makeup in the game was colourful. So why did they do this? Like, they have so many colourful eyeshadows that they could have just popped into a palette. It's not like they lack colour in their collection. They have availability there. Yeah, this just rubbed me the wrong way and I was very annoyed, as you guys can probably tell. But oh well, maybe another brand one day will pick up a Sims collab and we can get the colour we deserve. Alright, well that is it for my kind of anti haul. Let me know in the comments down below your guys' opinions, your views. Do you agree with me? Was I being too harsh on some of these brands? I don't know. I just feel like there's so many options out there that this kind of stuff just isn't acceptable anymore, you know? So it's not going in my basket. Anyway, that is it from me. I'm gonna love you and leave you. If you're interested in more videos like this, please leave a thumbs up so I know I can definitely get to that. I get a bit passionate in these videos just because, I don't know, I have things to say and I said my piece, I feel. Make sure you subscribe for all my future content. Hit the red button down below and the bell button so you get notified of those uploads. And yeah, with all that said, I hope I see you on the next one. Till then, bye guys.